Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be looking at an all-base review, homebrew to be specific. I mean, majority of the things we look at here are homebrews, but we'll be looking at something that came from Florence, South Carolina, so not a lot of times that we actually look at the East Coast, like that little southern area, but today I got a product from there, and so we'll be looking at the Mailroom Barber Classic Pomade. So I just got word from this guy. He's straight up like super new. The Etsy just opened up and he wanted me to take a look at his product, so I said like, hey, why not? So we'll start off by looking at the jar. And honestly, when I first received the jar, just like the aura of it reminded me a lot of like the Damon Barber hair pomade. And it's probably just because of the name. Instead of like the Damon, it's like the Mailroom Barber. But still has the same like type of feel, design to it. It has like I know another pomade that looks like this. Can't think of it right now, but it has like a nice like clean look to it. Very simple, like branding on the front and a few ingredients on the back. And it's your pretty basic ingredients. I mean, beeswax, white petroleum, emulsifying wax, and stuff like that. So just like a petroleum, wax, and oils type of pomade. Majority are made like that, and that's something we expect. So we'll go ahead and get started with the application. But I just ate some stuff, so I'm gonna clean off my hands first. Alright, so after using it for a while, I mean, I built up in my hair right now. It's actually pretty nice and waxy buildup, but also really light and soft. So buildup seems really nice so far. And honestly, the scent is like a cedar, like pine for sure. I don't know, it's my favorite thing. I do smell a little bit like tamarind out of it. Honestly, like the first thing it smelled like to me was tamarind. But yeah, I mean, it has the same feel as like the Iron Society, but a lot waxier. Not even like the firm hold. It's like even waxier than the firm hold. But like, as you can see, as you guys try to remove it from the jar, it does have a really waxy feel to it. It's not to the point of like Grandad's or anything, but like you will see the difference between this one and like the Iron Society. And luckily, like you do get a little bit more hold than the Iron Society, because Iron Society, it really lacks hold in all aspects, even the firm hold and stuff like that. But this one does actually provide hold, and it's like a pretty actually really dry and waxy hold. So because it's like that in nature, you want to make sure you really like break it down in your hands before you start applying. But even as a waxy pomade is so easy to apply, like it definitely has a lot more like grip to your hair, and if you apply it dry, you'll get some nice hold. But if you have thin and fine hair like mine, it will be not a struggle, but it will take more of an effort to apply it into dry hair. But my hair is like a little bit what's the word for it? Damp right now. Like just barely, but also just like the buildup from before really helps. Now I want to make sure that I get the pomade underneath where my pomp is going to be. And even with the buildup, a lot of it actually came out in the shower, which is nice. So I will have to replenish with a full like 3 scoops. I'm not saying it's like water soluble or anything, but like a lot of it does come out in the shower. So though you will have to replenish it, it is a nice convenience. Because the best part, or the most important part to me, is that once it comes out in the shower, what's left behind is a lot of the wax, which is what I want to be left behind. It gives me more strength and more control the next time or the following day rather. And actually, whether I even choose to use the same pomade or not, whether I choose to switch over to a water base or just use another oil base or something, like that leftover wax helps me style my hair no matter what product I use. Okay, so with the product all applied, we'll go ahead and slick back the hair. Make sure everything is evenly distributed. There's no excessive clumps of pomade anywhere. And you'll notice, I mean, it's been a while since we really came in, not came into anything, but like faced heavy pomade that was like hard to comb back. So I mean, we've seen this a lot, and the product is really easy to comb back, really easy to slick back, and it's not an issue. So I mean, in all honesty, when someone approaches me with like a heavyweight pomade and they look like a terrible brand or like they're not really great, I mean, I don't review it so you guys don't see it, but there's much worse things that we can be trying right now. With my hair all slicked back, I'll go ahead and start styling my hair, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm done. Let's go ahead and look over the hair and we'll see what we think about the product. My sides are slicked down like much nicer than with the other product we just looked at a few days ago, because I mean that was a light product and this is actually a medium in all like respects. So my sides are slicked down like as nice as I would like them to be. Like they have a slight puff to them, which makes them seem a little bit like natural as well, just clean cut and still held down well, even where like my taper used to be. The part is able to make I was able to make my part like nice, hard and sharp. Like the product was really like pretty obedient. I mean, made my hair pretty obedient, easy to part, and the pomp itself is like an average, above average height, but the shape is not the best in the world. Either way, like it's still like a good enough pomp for me. I'm actually more than good enough, and I'll definitely go out with it. So overall, like I'm happy with how like the product performed and stuff like that. It's a pretty waxy product. However, with a bit of like agitation, it does I don't want to say like melt down, but it does soften up and become really like pliable. Yet it still has that waxiness to it to really give you like that hold and control. The scent, thankfully, isn't too strong right now because I'm actually not a big fan of the smell. It reminds me a little bit too much of like tamarind, but either way, like the scent's not that strong right now, or at least I don't smell on myself. I'll tell you guys at the end of the day whether it kind of persists around me throughout the whole day. Along with that, I'll also talk about the endurance, restylability, all that other BS. And so I gotta head out to work now, and I'll see you guys at the end of the day, and we'll go ahead and talk about that then. Alright, so back from the day, let's go ahead and look at the hair and judge how well the pomade did throughout the whole day. As you can see, like the shine, which started out as a slightly below average, kind of moved up to like an average. Like as the pomade started to melt, I guess the shine started to become more significant, but still it's nothing compared to many of the other really greasy pomades you guys are used to, oil based I mean. But I mean, this is okay for me. I mean, I don't want too much shine anyways. The slickness kind of caused up some bunching throughout the day, but the restylability was really easy, so I did have to restyle just once through the day, which was around like lunchtime. That puts the endurance as basically average to typical oil based. It does do a little bit better thanks to the extra waxiness, but the slickness does counteract that. The buildup, like I mentioned before, is actually really good. Like it's really soft and light, waxy, but it's not as strong as like the Iron Society, for example, but it is still a nice waxy and soft buildup, so that makes it real nice. And overall, like the pomade has like upsides and stuff. It's like styled moderately well. The scent still is not something like I favor much at all. However, it's still a good product. It's still like, and especially for like a completely new homebrew, like definitely like something good for the market and stuff. And I also wanted to mention that like this pomade also has like a philanthropy to it. According to like the brewer, like part of the proceeds or part of the profits actually goes to like orgs and like charities to kind of fight against human trafficking, and that's kind of really impressive for me, really important to me, because my org back at Stanford, in the years past, we actually have addressed the same issue. So that's something that I really care about, something I kind of feel for and have empathy for. And so that is, where did I put it? Over here. That is the Mailroom Barber Classic Pomade. Good performance, not my favorite scent, but either way still great endurance, like strong in hold yet really light in the shower, washes out. So if you guys are kind of looking for oil base that isn't too like greasy, isn't too resilient after showers, like just doesn't stain your hair like too strong, to make it too heavy, then like this would be a good choice because it is light in that aspect. But you guys are looking for pomades that are similar, then I would have to recommend, of course, like I mentioned before, the Iron Society Firm Hold. It's not as strong as the Mailroom Barber, however, still has the same feel to it, same like spice type of scent and just overall feel. Doc Elliott Pure Pomade is actually pretty similar too, like just in the way it performs, in the way you use it. But on the same type of note, Suavecito or any of your like typical standard water-based products actually perform similar to the Mailroom Barber Pomade, because the Mailroom Barber has a weird waxy tackiness to it, which is really reminiscent of like the gel feel of like your standard orthodox like water-based pomades. So you'll see what I mean if you guys ever get the chance to try it. It's weird, but it'll make sense. Other than that, I gotta head out, pick up my brother from the airport, and you guys will meet my brother. But yeah, that was a review for the Mailroom Barber Classic Pomade. Hope you guys got something, and peace out.